For staff working in residential settings, aiming for excellence will help them deliver the best quality services. Excellent care and support is where people using services are in control, can build good relationships and spend their time in ways that are meaningful and enjoyable. In this film, we brought together a panel of experts, including people who use services, to discuss what excellence means in a supported living setting. First, let's meet the panel. Anne Netton is a professor of social welfare who helped define excellence for the Social Care Institute for Excellence. Julie Beadle-Brown is a reader in intellectual and development disability at the University of Kent. Dorothy Runnicles uses social care services and is a campaigner for older people. And Pat Charlesworth, a self-advocate and champion for people with learning disabilities. Today our panel will watch clips illustrating excellence at Rutland Gardens, a supported living service for people with a learning disability or mental health problems. Here, the focus is on excellence in encouraging independence and employment. Darren has been helped into employment with support from staff at Rutland Gardens. Jo Mitchell is the manager.
Darren has mental health needs. Darren came to us about 3 years ago with quite a complex offending background. So he found it really hard to get a job, be motivated, had really limited skills with communication, relationships.
Darren's background gave him few employment opportunities. So the care management group, which runs Rutland Gardens, decided the best option was to train him and offer him a job themselves.
He wanted to do gardening, so the staff and CMG trained him around gardening. So he now goes to 10 homes. He started off doing an hour a day, now he does 2 hours a day.
For Darren, his relationship with the staff has been crucial in turning his life around.
The members of staff used to come with me to learn me about catching buses. I had to learn the routes. They helped me with my financial side. They have been a total wonderful support. They just saved my life, and I would say that they're all absolute marvellous.
The panel welcomed the approach and discussed how it gives Darren control of his life.
They provided him with some skills, they taught him how to do things, and then they gradually built up, and they've got some hope for the future. And also it seemed important to him that he was being paid for it. You know, that was giving him some choice and control over other things as well, by having some, if you like, material well-being, having a little bit of money coming in.
He actually said himself that it saved his life. I'm sure it probably did. Once you get in the rut, it's really hard. It's easy enough to get in it, but not so easy to get out of it. And you need, you need people that are really committed and, to work with you and, get you to, to take responsibility for your, for who you are.
They also found a way to address his own interests and so on, so talking to him about what he actually wanted to do and fitting that into something that was real and was needed to be done. And I thought that showed a lot of an imaginative and a very, very flexible way of approaching the whole providing support to people.
Sharon, who has autism, is attending a day college focused on independent living skills. She is supported by key worker Kate Grice.
The reason she comes to Avondale is, one, to add structure to her day, so that gives her a reason to get up in the morning, otherwise she'd be more likely to lay in bed all day, and then that has a bad impact on her day. She comes to this lesson because she loves to cook. She is a very good cook anyway, but it just gives her a better understanding of healthy eating, her knife skills, and it usually gives her a meal for that day to take back with her.
Sharon and Kate sit down regularly together to plan her activities and goals for the future.
So how much do you think you might need for your new trousers? How many pairs do you think you need?
About 2 maybe.
2 pairs?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's going to be probably £40 would be enough for that.
No, really.
In the past she hasn't had choices, and she was in institutions, and now she has the choice over her whole life, really. She has choice of what courses she wants to do. If she doesn't like a course, and she'll identify that to us and we'll change that. She has choice over her menus, what she spends the money on, what she saves for, what holidays she wants. She has a huge choice over her lifestyles. What do you save for? Item things. What sort of items do you save for?
Not much going on my jewellery, isn't it?
Your jewellery. Yeah.
A microwave.
Microwave. Yeah, you've got to replace your microwave. We've got a very good relationship, and every year she will be given the choice if she wants to change key workers, because some of the guys at Rutland Gardens do. Luckily for me at the moment, she's identified that she's happy with me.
The panel discussed the role of good key worker relationships in promoting choice.
The continuity of the key worker was obviously something to which she was allowed to choose and subscribe.
There was that real sense of power for the person, or empowerment, if you like, for the individual, to actually about who was caring with, or was supporting them, actually, rather than caring for them, supporting them.
There was a lot of talk about choice and kind of involvement for her. And also about her interests. And you can see lots of potential from that short clip in terms of possible next steps for her, in terms of working in a kitchen, for example, or another environment.
Today, Lisa is having her key worker session at Rutland Gardens with Catherine. Lisa, who has a mild learning disability and mental health problems, uses the session to increase her control over her plans for the future.
So what we need to do, we need to put in there about your college courses, don't we?
Yes, we do. So the key worker sessions we do, it's an opportunity for the tenants to meet on a one-to-one basis with their key worker to identify goals. It's all about personalisation and moving towards the future. We're here to work for them. It's about them taking control over their own life, decision-making, choices. And I just think it's really important for normalisation for them to feel part of their community, and whatever their dreams and goals are, we're here to kind of aim to meet them, or as close to meet them as possible.
For staff working with Lisa, the challenge was encouraging her to find activities she enjoyed.
When Lisa first moved in, she didn't really want to socialise with many people, so we got in contact with Spiral, which do social events. So she started going once a week to a social event, and then more and more and more we realised they actually had a charity shop. So it took a lot of encouragement. Lisa likes shopping, she likes working in shops. So again, we helped her identify that that's actually what she might want to do.
Lisa now volunteers in the shop every week.
Hello, Sophie. How's it going?
For Lisa, her relationships with the staff have been crucial in giving her the confidence to take control of her future.
They helped me through a lot, through bad stages to good. They are on 24 hours a day, so it's 24 hours a day slot. So we have night staff, we have day staff, we have afternoon staff. They've been so amazing. I can't believe I'm doing this, what can I say? I'm over the moon with them,
The panel discuss how raising self-esteem through meaningful activity can improve outcomes for individuals.
I think, one of the things that's really nice about that is that actually not only was she being given the opportunities to meet her potential, but she was recognising how much she exceeded her own expectations of what she thought was possible for herself. Yeah. And I think that, that must do wonders for her self-esteem and for her ability to kind of cope with life and to think about the future.
Just that little change of attitudes, how much that, how much that helps, as she goes on. I think she will get us more and more excited, because she'll realise that how much she's giving to society.
Something there for her to build on, as it were. Yeah, so not just the support, the amount of support
her
she needs
own
might
feeling of self-esteem.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's much less likely that things will ever go back to the way they were, because she has been empowered to be able to make choices and to say what she would like and what's important to her. Can't always be guaranteed, but it's much less likely. Once you show people what it's possible to do and what it's possible to have, it's very hard to take that off them.
When I first worked with Michelle and I took her into the community, we were in a cafe and she threw hot coffee all over me. And we came back and we looked at her risk assessment management plan and we realised that, you know, she was still entitled to go out again, so we took more positive risks. We just kept going out. This time we identified that there was a reason, we were too close at the table. So in a risk assessment we realised that she had to go to certain places where there was space, so we sort of planned more and just kept going, like I said, you know, not being afraid to take those risks, not being frightened of people, and then make changes to kind of do it again and again and again. And now she can go to tea at the Ritz, she can sit with any cafe, any restaurant.
Yeah, that'll be plenty. Yeah.
Don't want too much in it.
Don't want too much in there because it'll overflow, won't it?
I want it flat, don't we? Gravy.
This positive risk-taking has increased Michelle's quality of life and changed her challenging behaviour, and her parents have noticed a difference.
She's been living here for 4 years now and she really loves it. She's able to go out and do a lot more than she did in her previous place.
Since she's been here, she's got a better purpose in life because she's got a goal to aim for each day in that lot, and she really looks forward to achieving that goal at the end of the day.
What struck me about that was that the member of staff was willing to try again in, you know, when she got the hot coffees chucked over her. You know, it's important that people realise that people with disabilities have the right to be in our community and play a full part in our community.
In order to give people that control, you have to take risks with yourself, with other people potentially, and with that person. And it's really hard to do, but when you do it,
because you're responsible, aren't you?
And we can't really continue with a very risk-averse policy in these areas, which has grown in recent years, if we want excellence. Because excellence is risk-taking, innovatory, creative, and it means people delivering services in new ways.
For the panel, the clips they've seen contain powerful messages.
I think that our search for excellence and our struggle for excellence is incredibly important for the future of all of us. Some of these examples we've seen of highly motivated people, people who really want to change the status quo, are exciting and hopeful.
It's not about disempowering people, but about sharing and working collaboratively with people, helping people to do things as much as they can themselves.